Good morning, class. May I ask somebody to please lead the prayer? Marco, please lead the prayer. Amen. Before you take your seats, please pick up pieces of paper under your chairs. Arrange your chairs and sit properly. So let me check the attendance first. Who is absent from the group 1? How about from the group 2? Okay, none. Very good. So no one is absent. Class, last time we discussed about the different tools and equipment used in dressmaking, right? So what are those tools and equipment again? Yes, Jane? Sewing machine. Yes, Mark? Ruler, yes, ruler. Yes, Jimel. Hip curve. And, yes, Mark? French curve, yes. Very good. So those are the different tools and equipment we use in dressmaking. Alright. So why do you think we need to know those tools and equipment used in dressmaking? Why? Yes, Marivi? Alright. So in order for us to familiarize their functions and uses. Okay. So, I have here a video. Please watch this video for a moment. Alright. So, what did you see in the video, class? Yes, Jane, again? Yes, those are the different dresses that we might be wearing during special occasions or events. Okay. So, before we can make those, actually class, before we can make a well-fitted dress, we must know first how to measure the body accurately. So, before we start with our proper lesson, let's do this activity first. So, we have here a jumbled letters. So, for the first one, you may raise your hand if you want to answer. So, for the first one, we have here the yes, Mark, shoulder. Very good. Next, yes, Jane, circumference. Very good. And next, yes, Jamie. Alright, so waistline. And next, we have here, yes, Mark J. Very good. This is the armhole. So, a round of applause for everybody. Yes. Okay. So, before we proceed to our proper lesson, our topic for today is all about on how to take an accurate body measurements. So, in taking the body measurements, okay, so in taking the body measurements, there are 3 ways in taking the body measurement. So, the first one is the horizontal measurement taken from the left to the right, and then vertical measurement taken from the top to its base, and circumferential measurement taken around the body. Alright. So, of course, there are things to remember before taking the body measurement. First, you need to find a soft tape measure that will allow you to curve around your body. And then, do not pull the tape measure too tightly. And then, your client must wear a fitted clothing and she must be relaxed, stand with feet together, and then measure at least twice. Alright, so we have here, so this is Rizal, our client for today. So Rizal wears a fitted dress. So for the first one, lalabas yung camera. For the first one, we have here the shoulder point width. So for the shoulder point width, measurement, cameraman ko, for the shoulder point width, measurement is taken from one joint passing to the nape down to the next joint. See, so this is how you're going to measure the shoulder. Alright, so next, we have the bust circumference. So in measuring the bust circumference, measure the bust at the fullest part. So this is how you're going to measure the bust. Wrap around the tape measure to the fullest part of the bust. And then you're going to insert 3 fingers. Alright. Next, we're going to measure the waist. So in measuring the waist, measure the waist. So first, in measuring the waist, we're going to locate the waist. So how are we going to locate the waist? So usually the waist is parallel to the elbow. So this is the elbow and this is the waist, and you're going to bend. There you go. You find the waistline. So we're going to wrap around the tape measure to the waistline and insert 1 finger. Okay, so next we have the hip. So in measuring the hips, measure the hips at the fullest part, usually around the seat. So this is how are we going to measure the hips. So measure the hip to the fullest part. Alright, so there. Yeah, this is how you're going to measure the hip to the fullest part of the butt. Alright, so next, for the full body's length or figure, the measurement is taken from the side of the neck, from the side of the neck down to the waistline. Usually, the standard measurement for this one is 15 or 16. Next. So, for the blouse length, measurement is taken from the side of the neck down to the desired blouse length. So, this is how are we going to measure the blouse length from the side of the neck, passing through the bust, and then to the desired length. Usually, 23 to 24 is the standard measurement. So, next, we're going to measure the bust point. So, for the bust point, measurement is taken from the side of the neck down to the bust point or apex point. So, 10 is usually the standard measurement. Next. So, for the apex distance or bust distance, measurement is taken from one apex to another apex. And the standard measurement for this one is 7 inches. Alright, next. So, for the armhole, so in measuring the armhole, we're going to wrap around the tape measure to the armhole. here. And then make sure that it is not too tight or too loose. So we're going to insert 2 fingers between the tape measure and the joint. This is how are we going to measure the shoulder. Alright. So next, armhole I mean. So for the sleeve length, okay, measurement is taken from the joint down to the desired length. Usually 7 or 8 is the standard measurement. Next, for the lower arm girth, measurement is taken from the desired length of the sleeve. So we have 7 inches for the sleeve length. And the lower arm girth, you're going to wrap around here. And then 10 inches is the measurement of her lower arm girth. And next is your upper arm girth. So in measuring the upper arm girth, we're going to measure from this joint 4.5 down, and then we're going to wrap around the tape measure here. Then we can get our upper arm girth. The next is, so for the neck, so in measuring the neck, we're going to wrap around the tape measure. Make sure that the client is comfortable in measuring the neck, not too loose and not too tight. Alright, so that's how we're going to measure the neck. Next. Alright, so is there any questions, class? So now we're going to, I need the representatives here in front to take the body measurement of each group. So we're going to, so this is your scoring rubrics. Your criteria are the accuracy, explanation, and your time limit. So I will give you 10 minutes in each group. All you need to do is to select your representatives and perform here in front. So I will give you 10 minutes. Okay, so you may start now. 10 minutes. Okay, time is up, class. Okay, so a round of applause for everybody. Okay, so now are you ready for a quiz, class? So I want you to get a 1/2 sheet of pad paper, and then you're going to answer this true or false only. Write true if the statement is correct and false if the statement is wrong. So are you ready? So for the first one, true or false, number 1. Okay. So number 1 question, shoulder point with measurement is taken from one shoulder joint to another shoulder joint. The tape measure will not pass through the nape. So is this true or false? Alright, so next, we have here number 2. So measurement of the bust is taken from the fullest part. Measure all around the body. So 2 fingers are inserted between the body and the tape measure. True or false? Next, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so are you done? Okay, class, pass your papers. For your assignment, what can you see in this picture? So, okay, Jennifer, what can you see in this picture? Alright, so those are the different school uniforms. So for your assignment, you're going to write in a 1 whole sheet of pad paper Read and study the procedure in drafting a blouse pattern. So for your reference, you may study the dressmaking module page 10. So is there any questions, class? Okay, so none. Thank you. So if there's no question, class, thank you and goodbye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.